Nike athletes, okay? So I think that's something to think about when it comes to all the back and forth between LeBron and Caitlin Clark. Also, looks like there's going to be a change, and some might call it a big.
What we're witnessing here is nothing short of a seismic shift. Just look at the reactions. It says everything you need to know. Multiple star athletes are rocking the same number, yet suddenly it's Caitlin Clark who's being asked to give up her legendary 22. Pause and let that sink in. This isn't just any number, it's the jersey that has become inseparable from women's basketball over the past 2 years. Fans in Iowa have literally tattooed it on their bodies. It's the number that has obliterated merchandise records across the WNBA. And now, in a move that's sparking endless conversation, Caitlin is expected to step away from it for Team USA's training camp set to begin in Durham, North Carolina this December.
He made that Indiana Fever superstar Caitlin Clark's 22 is the most recognizable number in women's sports right now. I don't think there's even I don't think it's arguable at all. I just think when you think of far and away women's sports, jersey numbers, to be real, I mean, what is, I think Sophie 8, I guess, maybe? But other than that, I have no idea. It's just Caitlin Clark at 22.
Here's where things get really interesting and reality hits hard. A'ja Wilson, a superstar in her own right, rocks number 22 for the Las Vegas Aces. She's a two-time WNBA MVP and a rising legend. Cameron Brink also wore 22 for the Sparks before her heartbreaking injury. And let's not forget the Hall of Famer Sheryl Swoopes, who made that number legendary during her career. But here's the twist that makes this situation so fascinating. Almost no one outside the hardcore fan base even knew these other stars wore 22. Until Caitlin Clark turned it into the most instantly recognizable jersey in all of women's sports. And this isn't just hype, it's a fact you can measure. Merchandise sales have skyrocketed, and social media engagement has hit unprecedented levels over the past year and a half.
There's no arguments with that. I mean, come on. But she certainly has become synonymous with 22, dating back to her historic college career at the University of Iowa and through her WNBA career. Clark isn't the only WNBA star to don the number. Aces forward and two-time reigning WNBA MVP A'ja Wilson is also well known for wearing number 22, as does Sparks center Cameron Brink. Sheryl Swoopes is also known for wearing that number during her iconic professional career.
Let me drive this point home because it's crucial. Before this controversy even began, hardly anyone could casually tell you A'ja Wilson's jersey number. Cameron Brink, no one was lining up to buy her jersey for the number. Sheryl Swoopes retired all the way back in 2008, 14 years ago. Right now, in terms of cultural significance and recognition, number 22 in women's basketball belongs to one person, and one person only, Caitlin Clark. And yet, Team USA asked her to give it up. So what did they do? They assigned her number 17 instead. But here's the part almost nobody is talking about. The real twist, not a single player on that entire Team USA roster is wearing 22. They didn't give it to veteran A'ja Wilson, or anyone else for that matter. For this camp, the number is simply retired.
Number than what they're accustomed to on their professional teams. Caitlin Clark is going to wear number 17 at Team USA training camp. I'm going to tell you this, and I can't believe I'm going to use the word if. When she makes the roster as what should be the starting point guard for Team USA, that Team USA number 17 jersey about to sell. Woo-wee. They're going to be gone in.
And that's the exact moment when this story stops being just a roster issue and turns into something far more unusual. Here's the thing, Team USA has a policy against shared numbers, which makes sense for clarity on the court. But when multiple players wear the same number for their professional teams, someone has to make a compromise. It's inevitable. Paige Becker switches her number. Angel Reese moves to 25 instead of her usual 10. Aaliyah Boston takes 30. But here's the kicker. Only one number was completely removed from the roster. Number 22 sits empty. That single decision speaks volumes about how USA basketball is trying to navigate the delicate politics surrounding Caitlin Clark's undeniable dominance.
Let me see if there's a load in. and come up. I don't know how big it's going to be. Number. Okay, number. Right there. Number 17. So who is actually getting 22? Is anybody getting 22? Nobody.
Now, consider the optics here. This is a political masterclass in action. Handing number 22 to A'ja Wilson, the two-time MVP and season star, would have sent a clear message about the team's hierarchy. It would signal that her achievements give her the right to keep her number, while the rookie adapts and falls in line. That would have been the safest, most conventional move. But giving 22 to Caitlin Clark, the player who turned that number into a modern women's basketball icon, would have looked like crowning her the undisputed face of Team USA before she even officially makes the roster. That choice would have sparked outrage among veteran players already frustrated by perceptions that Clark gets special treatment from the media and the league. So what did USA Basketball do? They went with option 3, give the number to no one, let 22 sit empty, force everyone else to switch. It's the ultimate neutral play in a political minefield, and it reveals just how carefully, how nervously they're navigating the Caitlin Clark phenomenon. They can't afford to upset the veterans who've been the backbone of USA Basketball for years. But at the same time, they can't ignore that Clark is the reason millions of casual fans will tune in to watch these games.
It's going to be strange seeing Clark in 17. Man, somebody might have saw that as a marketing opportunity, to be quite honest. So LeBron James dropped a video out there on his Instaface, his Instagram, I'm kidding. And they put this video out right here, or these pictures out, and Caitlin Clark responded to these, and there you see the response on Instagram itself. Let me just bring this up because somebody grabbed it. Right there, she responded.
Now, this is where the marketing side gets absolutely fascinating. That new Team USA number 17 jersey with Caitlin Clark's name. It's going to sell out in hours. I'm not exaggerating. Hours, not days. Why? Because her fans aren't buying the number, they're buying the player. The proof is clear. When Clark made the All-Star team in July 2024, her jersey outsold every other player combined, even though she missed the game with a groin injury. Her Iowa 22 jersey became the best-selling women's college basketball jersey ever. Her Fever 22 jersey shattered WNBA merchandise records in her very first month. Now, number 17 is on track to become another iconic number, simply because Caitlin Clark wears it. But there's another layer here that's even more significant. LeBron James shared an Instagram montage celebrating his LeBron 23 season, and Caitlin replied with one word, King. Kevin Durant also commented, but Clark's reply to LeBron carries a weight all its own. Why? Because LeBron has been one of her loudest supporters behind the scenes throughout her rookie season. When opponents targeted her physically in May and June, LeBron spoke out. When media questioned whether she deserved her fame, LeBron defended her impact. And when the Olympic roster controversy erupted in June 2024, after she was shockingly left off the Paris team, LeBron was among the few NBA stars to publicly say she absolutely deserved a spot. This support is even bigger than it seems. Both are Nike athletes. LeBron has one of the richest shoe deals in sports history, and Clark signed an 8-year, $28 million deal with Nike in April 2024, the biggest shoe deal ever in women's basketball. So when LeBron backs Clark, he's not just supporting a fellow athlete, he's protecting a massive investment, helping ensure the next generation of basketball fans stays in the Nike ecosystem. If Clark dominates the next decade, Nike wins, and LeBron's legacy will include building that bridge. There's another element to this moment. LeBron is 40, battling injuries, and the Lakers are struggling. Everyone knows this could be his final season before either retiring or taking that rumored $200 million offer to play in Saudi Arabia. So when he posts LeBron 23 and Clark responds King, it feels like a true passing of the torch moment. The biggest star of this generation publicly acknowledges the biggest star of the next, and that's made even more powerful because so few others are doing it. Steph Curry raved about her shooting range. Damian Lillard compared her deep shots to his own. Draymond Green defended her against against aggressive play. Jason Tatum called her must-watch TV, and the list keeps going. But here's the thing, a large portion of WNBA veterans has been noticeably silent, the very players who should be celebrating her impact on their league, the same players whose paychecks are benefiting from the surge of attention she's bringing. The athlete's finally getting mainstream media coverage because she's putting the WNBA back on the map. Instead, we saw the darker side, snide comments, relentless physical targeting that went far beyond normal basketball toughness, passive-aggressive social media posts about real hoopers versus media-created stars, and even questions about whether she deserved Rookie of the Year despite putting up one of the most historic seasons in WNBA history. That tension reveals something uncomfortable about how the league has responded to its brightest star. Think back to the All-Star game in July. Caitlin was injured and couldn't play, yet her jersey outsold every other player's. Fans filled the arena wearing her number. Broadcasters mentioned her constantly, and you could feel the unease from some veterans, overshadowed by someone who wasn't even on the court. None of this was Caitlin's fault. She didn't ask for this level of attention, but resentment formed anyway. Now, she's heading into Team USA training camp wearing number 7. She'll be competing for a roster spot on the very team that shockingly left her off the Paris Olympics roster just 6 months ago. A'ja Wilson, the two-time MVP, who some veterans feel deserves more recognition, is wearing a different number. Angel Reese, her well-known college rival, is also adjusting to a new jersey, and through it all, USA Basketball has deliberately avoided handing anyone the symbolic win of wearing number 22. This camp is going to be fascinating, not just for the basketball itself, but for the underlying dynamics. Based on skill alone, Caitlin Clark should be Team USA's starting point guard. Her court vision, insane range, and ability to create offense from nothing translate perfectly to international play. But will she get that chance? Or will veteran politics push her to the bench? We're about to find out. One thing is crystal clear, the number on her jersey doesn't matter to her fans. They'll buy 17, they'll tune in, they'll cheer, and they'll support her no matter what. But symbolically, it matters. Because for a league that's fought for decades to capture mainstream attention, they finally have a superstar who can deliver it on a silver platter. And yet, instead of fully embracing her, instead of veterans celebrating her contributions, there's still resistance. People are still questioning whether she's earned her popularity, as if any athlete has control over the number of fans they attract. LeBron James gets what Caitlin Clark represents for the future of basketball. Nike gets it. NBA players get it. Casual sports fans around the world get it. The real question is whether the WNBA establishment will recognize it and act before this golden opportunity slips away.